Welcome to my Let's Play of Battle Brothers. This is attempt number 2, because if you saw attempt number 1, you will notice that it lasted 3 episodes before I got my whole mercenary company slaughtered. So, okay. I'm just trying to see, where's the difficulty level? Okay, apparently I can't see the difficulty level. We will have a random late game crisis. No idea why it gives me the map seed. And I actually quite like that banner that it put as the first one this time. Now, what shall I have as a name of my company? Let's go with a different name this time. Let's go with Stupid Dolts. Well, the cursor moves fast. Let's even put an apostrophe in there. Right. Well, I failed on beginner last time, so I'm going to try on beginner again. I really shouldn't be a beginner at this game, but obviously my experience in early access with this game didn't hold me in good stead. So I will act like a beginner because I'd like to last more than three episodes this time. What was it, about 4 battles? And here we go with the story. The last battle. It all went wrong. 2 days ago, the company was hired to track down Hoggart the Weasel and his band of raiders. But it was them who found you first. An ambush. Some joke about horses cut short by an arrow to the throat. Arrows shooting in from everywhere and nowhere. Men hollow and scream, a great volume before death. As the hail subsides, you draw your weapon with the rest of the men, only to collapse to your knees. An arrow has punctured your side. You shout in pain. A harried glance sees the men charge without you to make a valiant last stand, met in force as steel clashes with steel. You meet eyes with the captain. A last nod before his throat is cut. You're left in command now of what few men remain. Trembling in pain, you lean on your sword and with all the will you can muster slowly rise again. Yeah, this looks good, doesn't it? Is that Hoggart the Weasel running? Yep, that's the Weasel running. Right, let's fire at that guy. Oh, nice shot. And reload. You move up and stop him from going anywhere. Oh, we should be able to do a nice round swing on that guy. And you can move up to there and stab him. You fire at that guy. Oh, well, you actually hit his shield. Suppose that's something. Oh, nice stab. Ah, well done. Now just club this guy over the head. Alright, don't. Be like that. Right, you have a quick stab. Well done. Okay, so this time I've got Weasel, Hakon and Arnold. Different names from the people I had and who survived the last one. But we'll loot everything. The aftermath. You're alive. You won. The adrenaline fades and in its wake you can't help but sink back to the ground. Gritting your teeth, you snap the arrow's shaft. Your chest heaves. Pain for breath. Everything blurs. The company has been devastated, cut down to but a few men, and that bastard Hoggart did justice to his name, fleeing like the weasel he is. What now, Captain? A voice says from behind. It's Hakon, who sits down beside you, bedding his blooded axe on his legs. You turn to him to reply, but before you can answer he continues. Bernhardt's dead. They slit his throat. He was a good man and a damn good leader, but all it took was one mistake. That makes you the one in charge now, don't it? Arnold joins the two of you, still breathing heavily. Then Weasel. Save the ceremony and anointments for another day. Let's give the men a good burial and return to Angle. Angle? No idea how to pronounce that. To collect our pay. The Weasel's men are slain after all. Besides, Captain, we ought to see to that wound before you lose you too. Wouldn't want to leave Arnold in charge, right? So be it. Okay. Okay, the map is certainly different from the last one. There's a lot of banners with arrows on them. Alrighty, unpause it and let's move to there. With what's left of my wonderful company. We return to Angln. What a sorry display it must be for the onlookers as you arrive in Angln. 4 bloodied and beaten mercenaries down on their luck. The man who hired the company days ago, Ashbjorn the Guildmaster, no doubt expects you to return in a more glorious fashion. Still, he welcomes you to his house and offers bread and wine while a servant fetches a healer. Few words are exchanged except for the occasional grunt and wheeze as an elderly man with shaky hands tends your wounds. A pin pierces your skin, the first of many stitches to come. You grit your teeth till you think you hear one break. Ashbourne the Guildmaster sits beside you and asks if you took care of Hoggart. You shake your head. We killed his men, but the Weasel eluded our blades in the end. The healer waves around a glowing fire poke, suggesting he wants to push it into your wound. You nod and he does so. For a moment, that's all there is. You're not a man, but a pinch of fire, flesh from flame. Try that again. You're not a man, but a pinch of fire, flesh from flame, a golem of pain. Ashbourne the Guildmaster hands you a goblet of wine. You did well, Sellsword. The brigands have been removed, though it is a shame Hoggart still lives. We expect to get paid for this. Ashbourne the Guildmaster gasps. Well, naturally. 400 crowns as agreed upon. He gestures toward a servant who rushes to your side with the pay in hand. I wonder, may I make use of your services one more time? I'd like very much to end the headache that is Hoggart once and for all. And I would pay you again, of course. Another 400 crowns, shall we say? Hakon scoffs and turns to drink more wine. But Weasel stands to speak. Yes, the company is in ruin, but we will rebuild it. Without the stupid Dolts, Hakon would drink the crowns away and end up begging on the streets. And Arnold, by the gods, we all know what he'd be chasing. We all know he'd go chasing the women folk until one stove his rotted head in. We need the stupid Dolts. It's all we have. What say you, Captain? Hakon burps and raises his cup to you. Arnold playfully thumbs his nose and nods. Kill that bastard Hoggart or not, it's up to you, Captain. Yeah, we'll kill him. We got unfinished businesses. Business even. Ashbourne the Guildmaster claps his hands in satisfaction. Excellent. My little birds will need some time to find out where Hoggart is hiding his hide now. That's a heck of a sentence. In the meantime, I suggest you see about stocking up on supplies so you'll be good and ready to end this when the time comes. I shall see you in a few days' time at the latest. As you leave Ashbourne the Guildmaster's house, you stand on the outskirts of Angln. Weasel seeks a word with you. We need more men, Captain. I know I gave a big speech back there, but bravado won't do shite. We need more warm bodies in the ranks. Figure we find 3 good men, buy them some decent weapons, and dress them in the best armour we can afford. The man pauses to glance around. I bet this Bodunk town's got a desperate peasant or two looking for a new life. Or we could travel to Stragberg in the west. Them city folks aren't always as hard as these country bumpkins, but we're more likely to find men with fighting experience stopping to rest there. That's what we shall do. Okay, well, I've got a fair few crowns at this point. We will take Anton because he's relatively cheap, and we'll take Olaf the Homeless because he's relatively cheap. That's 2. And let's see what we got. Okay, I've got a couple of hats, a shield, and some food that'll last about 6 days. That's not cheap. What's that? That's very expensive. As a tools and supplies. Ammunition. It's a very expensive place, this town. Well, we'll take some more bandages because they're relatively cheap. We'll take a couple of spears. And a couple of bludgeons. And a couple of shields, in fact. And we can always take a... We'll take a hood. Right, let's go see what my men are capable of. Right, you get in the back row. You get in the middle. And you stand on that edge. And let's see what we can outfit this guy with. Spear and a shield. And that's got a, okay, what are you carrying as a headpiece? Yeah, that's better than what I've got in store. And that just sucks, so you can have that. And you need something to put on your head. So you can have that. You can also have that. You've got something on your head, which is as good as anything else I've got to spare, so you can have that on your head. Right, that's that lot outfitted. Now I need to go west, I think they said, to Strasbourg, that place, and do some more recruiting, etc. And supply buying. Hopefully things will be cheaper there. Okay, there's some abandoned ruins there that I don't want to go anywhere near. Because my guys really aren't up for much of a fight at this point. As Strasbourg skyline appears on the horizon, Arnold seeks a word with you. Never been to Strasbourg before, but I've been around ones that look a lot like it. Cities like these are great for selling goods, as all these prissy, pompous pricks love to have their goods delivered. With so many merchants, you can find almost anything you need too. Keep an eye out for bargains and don't get swindled by them cutthroat merchants. Hakon sees fit to add his own opinion of what you should do. There's a good tavern, I say that's where we should go first. Nothing helps a man down on his luck more than a good pint. God knows we've earned it. Arnold shakes his head. You say that every time we stop into town. You say that even when you're already drunk. Right, first things first. Let's recruit some people. Well, I'll hire that guy. He's good-looking cannon fodder. Hire that guy. He's good-looking cannon fodder. And we'll even hire both of those guys, even though that costs quite a bit. Right, next thing's next. Okay, the ammunition is not as expensive here. In fact, I can buy that one. That's what one of the oddities that's in this game. I get ammunition there for I can buy for 87, and the same ammunition right next to it I can buy for 108. So I will buy the stuff that's there for 87. Okay. Now, tools. Well, I'm going to need some more tools to repair stuff no matter what. I don't want to spend too much. Goat cheese, we'll take that. That's a bit expensive. that. We'll take some more goat cheese in that case, as it lasts for 11 days. And it's not horrifically expensive. Okay, that's a new one. You can get trained falcons. We'll buy some more bandages. And what else can we buy? We've got a couple of clubs. It wouldn't hurt to buy a couple of shields and another club. Oh, we can sell that wooden stick. Right. Now, what have we got by the way of talent? Well, you, and you. You could actually be an archer. In theory, because I might need a second archer. I can buy a quiver of arrows and that's going to leave me short of cash. But, right, you go stand behind him. And have a bow, a quiver of arrows. Right. You go over there for the moment. That way I've got my 3 spear wielders in the centre of the line. This guy. Have a big club and a shield. You have a big club and a shield. And you just have a big club and a small shield. Now, and have a badly damaged hat. Alrighty. I really can't afford to do anything else, so hopefully I haven't spent too much money. Hopefully Hoggart isn't too far away, so I can actually get him and get the reward before I run out. Ashbourne the Guildmaster is pacing back and forth when you find him. The healer who damn near killed you with a fire poke is standing nearby. He's picking chunks of dried blood out of his fingernails. Ashbourne the Guildmaster claps his hands. Finally, you're here. I have good news. We got hold of one of Hoggart's former men. My good friend here had a nice talk with the man, and now I know where Hoggart's licking his wounds. The healer clears his throat, splaying his fingers out like a maiden looking to paint them. He speaks as though he's identifying a disease he's about to excise. The brigade known as Hoggart is hiding in a small hut on the hills to the north of here. Based upon my most civil discussion with one of his men, Hoggart knows that stupid Dolts is on his heels, and will have gathered more men since the last time you met him. Nodding, Ashbourne the Guildmaster waves you off. Good luck, sellsword. Okay, so he's... Oh, let me pause it. Okay, that's his refuge. Fair enough. I now know where he is. Alright, we will stop about there and camp so that I actually get to fight him in daylight. Whoa, don't know what that was. That didn't look too healthy. Oh, brigand hunters. Okay, fair enough. Okay, let's go kill Hoggart. The scout reports he's seen the following: a few brigand thugs, a brigand poacher. So I'm guessing that's some light infantry and an archer. Oh, and it's one of these wonderful situations where the ground is a pain. Now you shield wall there. You try and... No, you can't. Never mind. Oh. Keep forgetting I'm not playing XCOM or something similar. That's got to be Hoggart the Weasel. Okay, there's nothing you can do. At least their archer missed. Ouch, that hurt. It wasn't quite part of the plan. Well, that hurt old Hoggart. And that missed. Why am I not surprised? Okay, reload. Try and shoot that guy. You missed again. You useless muppet. Can't believe you lived through that. You didn't live through that though, did you, pal? Let's see if I can whack you upside the head. Apparently not. That helps. Okay, I still can't whack you upside the head. So if I can whack you upside the head. Not really. No, you're not. Oh, okay, you're going to shoot Hoggart for me, are you? That would have been very nice of you. Ah, that knocked him off the high ground. Good, now the high ground is mine. Fine, stay there and use it. Right, see if you can knock it. Well, that knocked a bit of sense into the guy. I'm not daring to fire an arrow with that guy. Now, Hoggart should be nicely surrounded. Of course, I can't actually see him to actually be able to hit him. That's a pain. Okay. Well, that stung. Oh, you little toad. You stop firing arrows at me for starters. Come on. Alright, that's an annoyance. It looks like it's got a way of doing it, but it doesn't seem to do it very well. Right. Oh, he's bleeding. Okay, now at least I should be able to see him. I don't want to fire at the stone. I want to fire at... Well, that's annoying. I cannot see him to hit him. It will not let me... Oh, okay, now it's decided to let me do that. Okay, apparently now I can't see him again. Yeehaw. Okay, that's that guy dealt with. Oh, great. Not only is this guy better than me with ranged weapons, he's better than me with melee weapons too. Okay, that was annoying, but I finally got there. And Weasel got himself leveled up. And I got some stuff. After the battle, Hoggart lies dead in a pool of his own blood, skewered in a grotesque and panicked pose. It's not like he's going to be in a pool of anybody else's blood, but okay. He didn't weasel his way out of this one. You put a boot on his corpse and you look at your men. For the company, for all the men who have fallen. Arnold spits on the dead man's face. Let's take this bastard's head and get him back to Anglin. Time to get paid off. I'm not entirely sure what those brigand hunters would actually do if they're actually... Because they've got a nice red way of looking at it. Alright, along the way, Arnold joins your side. Got a moment, Captain? You nod for him to speak his mind. The battle has left some gear worse for wear and some men got a good nicking too. We can patch up both man and equipment while marching, but it's a lot faster to set down and do it. Of course, if we make camp, we should be wary of ambushes. A campfire in these parts can be seen from every which way. Okay, the company returns to Anglin as victors. Their heads held much higher this time. The stupid Dolts are not the size they once were, but they're still a force to be reckoned with, as Hoggart learnt in his final moments. You carry his head in a sack that you empty in front of Ashbourne the Guildmaster's feet. He jumps back, but the healer quickly picks the head up, stares at it and nods. Ashbourne the Guildmaster approaches the brigand's bloodied face and eyes it carefully. Yes, that's his ugly mug all right. Servants, pay this man his money. Coin in hand, you raise your voice to the men. As long as there is blood coursing through our veins, as long as we can hold sword and shield, there shall stand our company. All through the realm, people know the stupid Dolts. The men cheer. Weasel puts his hand on your shoulder. You did well, Captain. No matter where you lead us, the men will follow you as brothers in battle. Yeehaw. Okay, I've now got a little bit of cash. A few bandages, a load of food. I'll just see which bits I've got. What's that? Oh, another dagger. Don't want any of that stuff. I've got 3 wounded men, including one who's got a grazed neck. And this one who's got a pierced chest. Okay. Well, let me go to the wonders of the marketplace and sell the junk. And that gives me a bit more cash. This ammunition. Yeah, everything's too expensive here. Alright, and there's no quest, so I will now leave that place. Hopefully those brigand hunters won't bother me. Okay, your scout reports you've seen the following. Some brigand poachers and a war dog. Well, I guess I'm getting a second battle in this episode. Or a third even, if you count the first one. That's a fast-moving war dog. Yeah, missed. As did your mate. You didn't. That stung. Right, can only hit this war dog in the head. Oh, God. Gonna be one of those days, is it? Yeah, it's gonna be one of those days. Charge. Can't hit them, so let's charge as close as possible to the high ground. How are you feeling now? Please kill this silly little dog. I know he's not really a silly little dog, he's a war dog, but if they'd come at me with some actual melee troops, I might have had more of a concern. Oh, not feeling the love, huh? Oh, Stroth. Once again, I managed to miss copiously. Yes, I'm trying to get him a good, decent firing angle. I'll whack him on the head again. Somebody hit this guy. He's not getting away with it. Okay, Weasel, Hakon and Arnold. The original three have all gone up a level now. And I'll take a load more stuff. Now perhaps, just perhaps, I can continue on my journey and get to this town so I can end this now extra long episode. Yeehaw! Why is that locked? Only contracts by the noble house owning this fortification are available here. Okay. Well, they don't recognise me as worthy of their attention, so I'm going to have to go find a little place to get a contract from. But that's going to be it for episode 1 of attempt number 2 at Battle Brothers. And hopefully I will see you down the road to see what becomes of stupid Dolts.